maybe you can relate to this. You're really busy all the time. Life, your pets, your dog, work, family, school, just taking care of your home. You're busy. You have a lot going on. A lot of people are asking for your time, for your energy. You're overwhelmed. And you're drowning yourself. You're drained, and sometimes you just want to explode, right? Or you snap when at the littlest request, right? Or you snap when it's really not that thing that's setting you off. It's really just the accumulation of everything, right? Have you ever felt that way? We all have from time to time. And I want to dive deeper in this today because I feel like someone out there needs to hear this. This can be really helpful once you realize this mindset shift. Okay, so you have all of these things that you want to get done in your day or your week. Okay, you want to take care of your family. You want to impress your boss, or you want to look productive, or you want to feel productive, or whatever that is. And all of these things pile up, and you're constantly trying to get everything done, like you don't have enough time in the day. Okay. Sometimes if we take a step back and we understand, we can choose things that we make a priority and things that we don't. Okay? So when you have all of these extra things that need to get done, ask yourself, do they align with your values? Do they align with the things that are most important to you? Did you put too much on your plate because you didn't set a good boundary with yourself for time? Are you doing all of these things for the right reason? Are there certain things that you can delegate to somebody that you don't have to do yourself? Are you asking for help when you actually need it? Or are you trying to do too much, be too much for everybody, and not ask for help because you want to look like you are in control, like you are able to take on everything and be perfect, right? And we have to ask ourselves these hard questions, because that can help you get down to the root of why you have so much anxiety and upset with this busy life that ultimately you've created, right? On some level, we have to be honest with ourselves and understand that we've created this circumstance for ourselves on some level. Yes, maybe not everything. Some things are going to not necessarily be something that we saw coming or that we planned or that we signed up for. That's not what I mean. But I mean, when you've signed up for all of these classes that you want to take, and you signed up to do overtime at work, and you, on top of taking care of your home and your yard and your kids and your dogs, you also agreed to help your sister with her kids or her whatever, right? And you do this with good intentions. We all do. You want to help the people that you care about. You want to be there and be involved in everything for your family and your friends and work. And you just want to look like you can handle everything, right? And you don't need help. Because in our society, we have deemed that impressive, or whatever we've deemed it as, is something that we have to strive for, that we have to be able to handle all of this and work ourselves to death to be worthy, right? To be looked at as capable, or it's almost like we've created a society where we have to work to earn our value, right? To prove to everyone that we don't need help, we can do everything, and we can whatever. But then we find ourselves really deep down snapping at little things being overwhelmed on the inside, not being able to relax, just being moody, right? Just being moody. And if we just understand and stop and think about, what did I choose to take on? Did I choose it for a good reason? And was I honest with myself that I actually, and the other people, that I actually have time to do this? And once you understand that it is in your control, either you're going to realize and be honest about, okay, I need to take some of these things off my plate. Or when you switch your mindset into it's a choice because you've chosen it ultimately, right? Nobody's making you do something that you don't want to do on a level. If you're honest with yourself, right? You do have the ability to say no, to take some things off your plate, to ask for help. And if you're not, and you're finding yourself aggravated, then you are on a level choosing that. And I know that's frustrating to hear sometimes, but it's the truth. So what I mean by realizing that is that allow yourself also to have the ability to take some of it off your plate. Because we can't be trying to be everything for everyone and ourselves and have all of these things and then be feeling miserable and then complaining and taking it out on everyone around us. That doesn't create good relationships. When you're spreading yourself so thin, are you really showing up in the relationships that you care the most about as your best self? Probably not. And I'm gonna bet that makes you feel even worse, right? Because if you feel like you're dropping the ball in certain areas, and then you also feel like you're not showing up as your best self, it just adds on to the stress, the overwhelm, the disappointment, because then you feel, because you know when you're aggravated and you're getting set off by little things, and you bring that into interactions with the people that you care about because you haven't rested enough, because you have too much on your plate, and because you're telling yourself that you have to be perfect and that you don't need help, and you have to get this, and this done, and there's no time, and you keep agreeing to do more things, right? To hustle for your worth. You are worth it. You don't have to, you are worthy just by being here and being alive. You don't have to hustle and work yourself to the bone to prove that to anyone. Now, if you choose to, and it's something that you enjoy and it aligns with your values because of the end result, then okay. Then allow yourself to enjoy the process and try not to have the negative complaining when you are stressed and you're not getting that much sleep, because you're happy about the process, right? And because you chose to do this, right? And because you want the end result, right? Do you see where I'm going with this? We can't have it really both, or we shouldn't have it both ways. If you want to be involved, and there's nothing wrong with either way, it's just, I feel like understanding the shift in your mind will make whichever path you decide, whether you take stuff off of your plate or whether you continue with the busyness. But if you make that shift in your mind that you have the choice, and that at some point you put these things in your life that's created this busyness for some, whatever reason it is, and going back and understanding, okay, did I create all of this busyness, overwhelm, all of this stuff in my life because they align with my values, or did I just get myself stuck in something that is overwhelming and stressful that I just agreed to because I wanted to please everyone? Is it a people-pleasing thing? Is it because I felt like I had to earn my love from someone, worth, right? And if that's the case, then I'm suggesting taking a deeper look at it and either accepting it or allowing yourself to change it. But like your reasons, like your reasons for doing something like that. That's going to shift in your mind if you are able to understand why, instead of just feeling like you're drowning and like you have no control. And the same is true if you do choose, if everything is aligned and your life is really hectic and busy, but everything that you have going on in your life is aligned for what you want ultimately right down the road, and it aligns with your values and you agree with all of it and you're going to keep it, then okay, that's wonderful. Then you have a fulfilled life, and allow yourself to enjoy the process a little bit. Accept that this is just this phase of life, and probably later on down the road you'll have a less busy phase in life, and that it's okay, right? That you can still enjoy the process without so much anxiety and stress and panic, right? When you just realize that it's your choice and that you have choices either way, and really just focusing on your reasons why you're doing it can make a huge difference in how you feel in the moments, because you can remind yourself, I am choosing to do this. I am choosing to have this hectic life right now on some level, right? Maybe not in every situation, but I mean, typically we've added a lot into our life, or we've said yes to things, and just reevaluating all that before we allow ourselves to get so anxious and so stressed and so overwhelmed that we find ourselves just either completely worn out or snapping at the people that we care about the most, right? And just not having the energy to give to anything else, right? To the relationships. And I imagine none of us actually want to feel that way all the time. I mean, yes, it happens from time to time, just it's going to, but to feel like that on all the time, I imagine none of us really like feeling that way. So I just encourage you to take a look at all the stuff you have on your plate and just reevaluate and ask yourself, am I giving myself time? Do I need to set a boundary with myself? Is this just people pleasing, or is this something that I really want the outcome of, and I'm willing to be stressed out for a period of time? I'm willing to be really busy for a period of time, and that's fine. And either way is fine. But just understanding why you're doing it, and that you do have a choice in it, and that you are choosing it or not choosing it, gives you a power. And when that clicks in your mind, it will take some of that anxiety off and some of that overwhelm. When you'll feel empowered. Makes a lot of difference. Wanted to point that out, wanted to share that today, because it's just such a common thing that we can all relate to. And it can be such a simple little change to just help bring a little bit more peace into our life and just feel more calm and have better relationships, because we can show up in our relationships as our best self when we are taking care of our mental and emotional state too. Okay. I hope this helps. Take care, and I'll be here next time. Bye.